Are we like mid progress of recording or no?
I just recorded so that Shauna could see his face recorded.
Oh.
Hi.
I didn't realize you guys are going to jump right into it. I've been looking up. I was like looking down because I'm like working on filament stuff while I do this. I was like, I don't know how long this is going to
James,
take a project.
I'm such a fan of yours. I saw you in Vegas and you posted my video of you, and I was so like, oh my God, she sees me seeing her.
Oh my God. Well, thank you for posting that video of me. Honestly, I always appreciate that when everyone does that, truly and for sure. Especially the people that come out to my shows. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
All right, Sean, get us started with word of the day.
Okay, Kevin, I think you'll enjoy this. Today's witch word of the day is sucked off. It's when a ghost.
Oh, ghosts! I love
It's
ghosts.
when a ghost accomplishes all their lively things and they're sucked off to heaven. That's just what they all say, right?
Not what I might immediately jump to, but you know what? You learn something new every day.
Well, I also found out if they go to hell, they're going down. So you're
Yeah,
either
going
sucked
down
off
on
or
us.
you're going down.
Yeah.
Something tells me they
Yes,
knew what they were
Kevin, I started
doing.
watching Ghost. Yeah,
I'm
they
very
knew what they
glad.
were
Thank
doing.
you. And there's one ghost in a later season where he can move from person to person, and when he moves from another person, he jerks off onto another person.
This is getting ridiculous.
That's ghosts for you. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't love that. I don't love that.
You haven't even read that?
Wait, what are you doing with the book?
So he has the confidence to finish the story.
Hear now the words of the witches.
Can you hear the words of the witches? Yeah, the words of the witches.
Welcome to Words of the Witches, the Charmed podcast that will guide you through the lesser-known published lore of the Charmed universe.
In this night and in this hour, we call upon our fanboy power, bringing education and stupefaction to all of you.
Together, we will use our knowledge and reverence abundantly, but also find ourselves sassy and delightful.
Which is why we will truly be charmed.
Well, hello, spell worders. This is Words of the Witches, episode 147. I am Kevin, your resident charmed resource.
And I'm Sean, and I just love to be sucked off to heaven.
Oh my gosh, and we have James Mansfield with us today. Hello, welcome back.
I know. Oh my God. It feels like, 100 episodes since I've been on. My goodness.
Pretty much. You're on the first episode and the 11th episode.
I was going to say, I know I was on like at least 2 of them. It's been a while.
It's kind of funny because, we've been friends for a long time. And when I announced that I was doing a podcast, you're the one who came to me and said you wanted to be the first guest.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I knew a little bit about Charmed, but I knew it meant so much to you. And I thought it'd be fun just to relive that first episode. And boy, that was quite a first episode.
Yay!
But I'm glad to be back. Honestly, I'm surprised. I'd like not to say I'm surprised. I'm just proud to see that you guys are out here doing this still and like just still promoting, the lesser known lore of Charm, like the books and all that stuff. Because honestly, when you told me there was a magazine, I thought to myself, wow, there's a magazine?
Yeah, I sent it to you and you're like, oh my God, what? It's like, it's all Charmed.
I was like blown away with it. I remember like I guess this was like a thing in like the 2000s with TV shows. Like they'd sell these at like Barnes and Noble and stuff. Like I remember.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Like it all came
and
back
our little
to
Kevin
me.
has every single one.
I do. Let's go over, people haven't listened to those episodes way back when. Let's tell them how we know each other.
Okay, well, let's see. I think we first met each other. We went to grade school together, like all the way back when. So yeah, I mean, we kind of reconnected like around college-ish time, a little bit after that, honestly. Well, how you explain? You tell them because this is your podcast after all.
Yeah, I remember because you had a sibling in my class.
Yeah.
And then I forget how many years younger than me are you? I forget. A little bit.
So many years, just so
So
many
many
years, honestly.
Kevin, you don't call out a
Practically a
lady in her age.
teenager.
So many years. Because I don't even know how old I am anymore either, so it's fine.
You're like Mariah Carey. I love that.
Yep.
Perpetually
I love that.
24.
And then you put me in drag.
Yes. And honestly, you're one of my
Wanda
prettier
Jacksonoff.
makeovers I've ever done.
Yeah.
Now, Kevin hasn't seen what he looks like yet, so
Oh, I'm scared.
I have a mirror right here. Have a look.
Oh my god. Okay. Whoa! Whoa! That's crazy. I feel like I'm like on Death Becomes Her or something. Whoa! I'm like beautiful.
Don't go making a
Wow.
career out of
Such
it.
a
but yeah.
professional. Oh my goodness.
I felt so beautiful. I'm still like, oh my gosh, that was amazing.
I can say this because I feel confident in saying this. Like, as far as like my makeovers go, Kevin was honestly one of the most successful we've ever had. Where like the after look was like, oh, okay, this is kind of interesting and pretty. Even with the beard and everything, it was still really, really pretty. Where if I've had some later where it was rough. It was definitely rough.
Well, I appreciate you. Yeah, your talent, and it worked. And I love the beard. So cool. Sean, do you have any questions for James before we get into the magazine?
Geez, you surprised me with an amazing person, and you're like, "Hey, what questions do I have?" Well, I'll just tell you this, James. I've loved you since day one on RuPaul. I was definitely like, you were my number one on All Stars. I was rooting for you the whole time. I'm so
Aw.
excited to get to meet you. What's your history with X-Men? Because I'm
With-
an X-Men nerd.
Oh, okay. Well, luckily you're here with Kevin because he's one too. Oh my gosh. So my history with X-Men is I remember watching the cartoon growing up a little bit. Like I think I stopped right at the Dark Phoenix because it was really hard to watch. Like they didn't show reruns like that all the time. So like they stopped showing the reruns right at, like the Phoenix started. And then as far as it goes, just like the movies and stuff and video games. But I like X-Men. I think my favorite one's probably Kitty Pryde.
Okay,
Ooh.
nice.
Even though her power seems kind of useless,
okay.
just walking through walls. I hear she gets more useful later on.
She does. She like kicked the ass out of a whole like battalion of like 20 men. She was ruthless on them, so she learns how to work it.
Or an evolution, she needs a toothbrush and
okay.
beast.
Yeah, stop it. You know that's triggering for me. Which show would you say is better, Buffy or Charmed?
Rude.
I mean, I'm not particularly partial to Buffy like most people are. I've started rewatching it. And I'm in the first season right now, and it's definitely a 90s show. I will give it that.
Yep.
I think I like... It's hard. I like both. They both have their different charms. Pardon my pun. But it's like not even the same show. You can't compare them, truly. Like they're totally different.
Okay, that's fair.
One's about sisterhood, one's about female friendship.
See?
Mhm.
Which I guess could kind of like count as what. Either way, I don't care. I'm not answering the question.
Okay.
That's what's happening.
I just did it to be bitchy towards Kevin anyway.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know it's gonna be dogpiled here.
So, Sean, last week we had a poll. Which episode is better, Morality Bites or All Hell Breaks Loose? And I forgot to post it until today, like I do. But how do you think this went down?
I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never know. I'm gonna say Morality Bites.
Okay. I don't know do you remember these episodes? I don't know if you've seen these episodes, James.
Morality Bites. Remind me, what was the Phoebe plot in that one?
That was when they went to the future and Phoebe was going to be burned at the stake and prove it all.
Oh, I do remember that. Okay.
Okay, nice. And then All Hell Breaks Loose was the season 3 finale. That was Shannon Doherty's last episode.
Oh.
Where they were exposed
Well, see,
and everything.
you can't compare those two. That other one doesn't really stand a chance because that one's sad. We lose a sister.
Yeah.
Right.
But I thought more people would pick All Hell Breaks Loose just because that's the one that sticks out the most in people's minds. But Morality Bites is my favorite episode. So on Instagram, it was very close. I mean, if it changes by the time this comes out, I might give an update before the next
You
episode.
can end the poll too. That would actually determine who the winner was. I'm just gonna put that out there right there.
That's true. But right now, Morality Bites got 40 votes, 48%, and All Hell Breaks Loose got 44 votes, 52%. Super close.
Wow.
Neck and neck, really.
Yeah.
A lot of Prue haters, it seems. Okay, geez.
But I had Brian Ash. He was on this podcast in episode 4. But he says, I can't choose.
I simply can't.
I cannot choose.
Now, one thing that cracks me about this, Kevin, is like, I remember I do this to you from time to time. Whenever like I'm at the gym, they show reruns of Charmed. I can take a screenshot while I'm on the treadmill and send it to Kevin. He'll immediately know like the exact episode, the episode title.
Yeah. I love that game. And you're not the only one that plays that with me. My brother sends me them too. And I'm like,
wow.
This is fun.
Only you.
But like you kick my ass at it every time because you always know like within a span of like 10 minutes of me sending it to you. Not even.
Yeah, I'm like, right. It's like when I see it, I'm like, sometimes it takes me a while to look at it, but once I see it, I'm like, oh yeah. I do have one bit of manner keeping.
You can't just vanquish an entire house, especially not our house. People are gonna notice.
Manner keeping.
Well, the problem isn't the manner. It's the manner in which it was treated.
A good witch is a clean witch.
And this is kind of incredibly shameful after, talking about my expertise. But last episode, when dictating the quiz to you, we did a quiz. And I misquoted the Page from the Past quote out loud.
My perfect sky is torn.
Yeah. I knew you were going to say that. But there's a part where she says, I'm supposed to come back as a ghost. And that's what I said. I'm supposed to come back as a ghost when it should be, I was supposed to come back as a ghost. So
that's it. I'm leaving.
Difference.
Honestly, I thought we were on a reputable charm podcast.
And the magazine had it printed right. So it was just me saying it wrong. It's not like I was reading it wrong.
Yeah. The tunnel vision. I get it.
Yeah.
And you know what, James? You may not know this, but with this mixed with this fact, Kevin never wrote into the Charmed magazine. What kind of Charmed fan never writes into the Charmed magazine? I don't know if I can trust you anymore, Kevin.
He was shy.
I'm sorry.
He's very shy.
I know. I was very shy. I was a very shy kid. Yeah.
Look how that turned out.
I know. Now I'm naked on the internet. Yay!
Yeah. Now he's friendly.
Yep.
So let's get into this magazine. OMG. It is Charmed Magazine issue 3 with the main headline, The Importance of Being Phoebe.
A little, what is that, Jane Austen reference with the title? Or is that, no, it's Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde, Importance of Being Earnest. Who did that one?
Being Earnest. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Oscar Wilde.
And it's interesting, well, because every Charmed title of an episode is a pun. So this is actually the title of an episode as well, which is based off of that Importance of Being Earnest. So it's all full circle. Yeah.
Clever. Okay.
And this was published January 25th, 2005, with editors Kate Lloyd, designer Emily Norris, and writers Kate Anderson, Tara DeLulu, David Walden, and Ian Spelling. So
no relation to Aaron Spelling, or
no relation. But I keep thinking fun fact, he did
Nepa
appear
babies.
on Charmed. He did appear on Charmed in season 8. He had a little guest.
Aaron Spelling did?
No, Ian Spelling.
Oh, okay. I'm curious because I was just watching. I've been rewatching Smallville recently, and Tori Spelling popped up twice. So I'm just like, did she ever show up in Charmed?
She never did.
I'm shocked. Wow.
Isn't that weird? I know.
Never booked Charmed. Yeah. That's crazy.
It's like, okay, Daddy.
Daddy, put me on the witch show.
Daddy.
I want to be a witch too. That's crazy. Even Jenny McCarthy got on this show. Wow. All
She
right.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I like
this
Tori Spelling's accent now, which she's never had before.
Daddy.
Now she has
Daddy,
a
put me in-
daddy.
Make me a witch daddy.
Oh, in a perfect world. In a perfect world.
Yep.
All right. So today we will be talking about Alyssa Milano, The Importance of Being Phoebe, Drew Fuller, Drew Confessions, James Reed and Finola Hughes, Meet the Parents, Kerr Smith, Agent Provocateur, whatever. Charmed and Dangerous, we're the top 10 villains in Charmed. Paul Staheli, Sets Appeal, Director's Cut, and of course our Ask Brad stuff. Blah. All right.
All right.
So Sean, tell us about the news in this episode.
All right, the news. So this might have been mentioned a few times in this magazine, but Charmed Season 1 is coming out on DVD. Finally, we've all been waiting for it.
Yes.
In 2005.
We were.
It'll be $49.99.
Oh my God.
It was the most requested series to be on DVD because it was just taking forever.
Did it at least have decent special features for
None.
that price tag?
None whatsoever.
Oh my God.
Yep.
What's even the price breakdown of that? How many episodes?
22.
Okay, $22, $50. That's how many an episode? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's over $2 an episode.
Yeah. And
I
didn't get
feel
any special features.
And we wonder why
until
DVD
season
is
8.
dead now.
Yeah. Because, I feel like DVDs aren't even that much today. Well, they're dying out. But, back then, $49.99 without the inflation we're in now, that's a lot of money.
And honestly, if you just waited a few years for the DVD crash, you could have gotten that at CD Max for $20. Maybe
Yeah.
15.
It's true.
You can buy this season
So
now
sad.
for $4.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm still gooped. There was no special features, not even a behind the scenes. That's crazy.
No.
Huh,
You poor
wow.
Charmed fans, I hate you. All right, we also have a quick little blurb with Kerr Smith. I won't get too much into it because we have the bigger blurb later, but just kind of him saying he's really enjoying playing Kyle Brody because he's actually playing his age and not a teenager. We also have, they revealed Zenku was coming on as the big bad in this season, so we're just before he's on the show. And then we have this little blurb kind of talking about the magic of Charmed. It's on season 7 and it's still going strong on both its night of syndication and on reruns on TNT. So it beat every other off-network series except Law and Order. Fuck you, Law and Order.
How could they compete, honestly?
I know, it's true. That
There's
show's been on forever.
There's 18 different versions of that damn show. There's no way.
Yep.
Right.
I was so mad when I was young too because I never watched Law and Order, but whenever it was on, I saw the same episode 3 times where this guy impregnates this mentally handicapped girl. I'm like, why do I have to see this episode repeatedly? Why can't I see other episodes?
My parents are big Law and Order fans. They only ever watched reruns. They never actually watched original airings. So I remember watching with them. I was the same person that played a heavy would suddenly show up and be a district attorney.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just y'all are recycling actors we're not going to notice. They were just a thug 2 episodes ago.
Yeah. They have a little fake mustache and glasses.
So what else happened?
Yeah, tell us.
Star spotting. Oh, so this is where it talked about where the actors were and where they came from. So, Alyssa Milano made a visit to the Ellen DeGeneres show on Halloween dressed as Princess Leia. Such
I remember
a Star
that
Wars
interview.
nerd here.
I remember that
Do
one.
you?
She brought her dog, Lucy, and she had all this UNICEF. She's talking about UNICEF because she was an ambassador.
Yep, and the dog Lucy was dressed as Yoda, which is freaking adorable. Which, by the way, really quick political rant. I just rewatched Star Wars Episode 3 in theaters on Thursday. Holy fuck! It's the story of Trump. The Emperor is Trump, and it's sad because when the movie came out, everybody accused Lucas of writing about George W. Bush being the Emperor, and he was like, "No, I wrote this in the fucking Vietnam War." The fact that this keeps coming about, it's so sad. It's so sad. We keep getting bamboozled by the same thing over and over. And these people are like, hey, you can't write about, George W. But like, if you're saying that your president is like identified with the bad guy in something, I don't know, alarm bells.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right.
Seems like a bit of a red flag there, eh?
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah.
Anyway, back off my soapbox. Holly Marie Combs was seen with her husband, David Donahoe, attending their first star-studded event at an annual Make-A-Wish night in October of that year, and Nick Lachey was there. No, Nick Lachey. And then Rose McGowan was seen in LA Fashion Week with she attended the Jenny Kane fashion show in Culver City, which is so close to me. And Drew Fuller was there. And then also Kerr Smith.
Drew Fuller. She went to a movie with Drew Fuller.
Oh,
did she?
Yeah, she went to see Sideways.
At Sideways, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I swear I read this, but then it all went out of my head because I didn't think I was going to report out on it.
Yeah.
And then Kerr Smith will be in the film Accidental Murder with Lacey Chabert and Jordan Ladd, while Nick Lachey was getting ready to be in the independent film The Hard Easy alongside David Boreanaz as Angel.
Was this magazine from the same makers of a Buffy magazine?
These makers made a magazine for like every show. They made a magazine for Supernatural. They made a magazine for Smallville. They made a magazine for Buffy. They made a magazine. They were just in the medium of magazines.
That's crazy. I have to get the Smallville one because we got strangely invested in that show this last summer.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. There's an ad for it right here. Smallville.
Oh, nice.
Well,
I've never watched Smallville, but I've always meant to.
Oh, it is ignorant. It's definitely worth a watch. It is so ignorant.
Okay. I do like ignorant.
All right.
Like you'll be
James.
watching that show, it's like, what? Okay, what? My turn. Okay. Let's see.
It's about Phoebe.
What am I doing? Oh yes, much to do about Phoebe. Let's see. Let me just pull up your little document you sent me. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, that's right. The title article is one you gave me. You're so smart for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. The importance of being Phoebe. Now, apparently, the star of this gives us like a little career breakdown of Alyssa Milano's illustrious career, her challenging, layered portrayal of that girl from Who's the Boss. And then it goes into a whole character backstory on Phoebe, like a really extensive backstory to like everything from like when she changed her hair to when she started to believe in herself to all of her different jobs and how many she's gotten fired from.
Exactly.
They were basically like doing every era based on how short her hair was eventually until it got to that pixie cut.
I've heard people they know which season of Charmed is based on Phoebe's hair. That's how they look at it. Yeah.
As soon as you see the pixie cut, yeah.
Anything else on there?
Yes. Let me see. I think you gave me some bullet points actually. So
I did.
Thank you for that, by the way. Okay, so it said some highlights for Miss Alyssa Milano was getting to play and do different things with the character because magic is just pure fun. I love how like effervescent you are with these. I love it. Okay, let's see. The first time Alyssa Milano and Nick Lachey met, he didn't even say hi to her. Rude. He also told her that he had a poster of her in his locker. Okay.
And Alyssa's like, oh, that's so sweet. Oh, I love that's so cute of you.
Oh, how cute. What are these stains on it?
Ew. Why does it look rippled? Oh, my goodness.
And yellow.
Oh, God. So, side tangent, but I remember growing up, I had Playboys because I just liked the way the girls looked. They were so pretty. So my friend, my neighbor friend would give me them so that her grandfather wouldn't have them. So like all the rest of the girls, I had them. And I remember looking at them one day after my brother and his friends were over and like, why are the pages suddenly so rippled? What happened? Did they spill water on it?
Oh, no. That's amazing.
In any event, this is also a very cute moment. Alyssa Milano said if she had powers, it would be to fly above the planet and wave a magic wand and say peace.
Aww.
Yeah.
As we were just
Such
on
a
the
beauty
topic of
pageant
magic
answer.
wands.
Such a beauty pageant answer. But she's always been like that. She's like this huge activist, and she just wants to like fix the world. You know, she's still like that.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we have charmed profile Phoebe in perspective. We have this beautiful season 1 picture, and just talks about Phoebe. Gives her whole story again. Born November 2nd, 1975, which is correct. She is a Scorpio. And yeah, and then talks about her life, which we don't go over. There's some memorable moments. Phoebe marrying Cole after being tricked by the seer in merry-go-round. After vanquishing Cole, Paige and Piper curl up in bed next to Phoebe whilst she breaks down crying and long live the queen. Everyone talks about that moment. It's very nice. Phoebe wearing very little as a mermaid in A Witch's Tale. And Phoebe as the goddess of love in Oh My Goddess. They got our powers right here: premonition, levitation, and empathy. So, of all the 3 sisters they've covered so far, Phoebe is the most successfully covered in the magazine. No mistakes. I'm very happy.
I know how you were like so hurt by Piper's birthday being wrong that you had to tell us like this is correct on Phoebe.
Yeah.
Now, do you think Alyssa Milano personally, like, maybe mailed in factoids for them just to make sure everything was correct? Just so you know.
Yeah.
Like, get it right. Phoebe's the best.
Many episodes are centered around her, so this shouldn't be hard. All right.
Yeah.
Was she a producer by this point?
Yes, because this is season 7. They became producers in season 5. So she was.
Oh, see, I bet you it was one of those things of, if you wanted to use photos and stills from the show, you better get my bio right. I will be quizzing you.
Mhm.
And it's an extra $5.
Whose turn is it now?
Sean.
Is it Drew
Drew.
Confessions?
Yes.
Okay. So Drew Confessions. So Drew has a quote here that says, I loved playing Chris. I love how mischievous he was, how much fun he had. He became such a strong part of my life. So Drew basically talks about how this was one of his first like actual like film jobs, like being on this show. So like getting to know like the girls and getting to know Brian Krause, they really taught him a lot. He talks, there's a lot of mention about how close he is to Chris, like they're almost like the same person because they're kind of like sarcastic and mischievous. um I thought this was very sweet. He talks about how Aaron Spelling like called him and was basically like, I'm sorry, Drew, I'm sorry that this is happening, but we are going to be killing off Chris. And he was just so like polite about it.
Brad
and like
called him.
made
Yeah.
or oh, Brad did. Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't see, my mind tries to block it out because I hate Brad. So I try to
know.
make it Aaron instead. But I guess Brad did something nice. So Brad was very apologetic about it. And Drew kind of talks about how he was really upset at first because he loved this job. He loved coming to the set every day and spending time with all these people. But when he actually thought about it, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to keep him if you're having baby Chris be born at the end of the season. I was thinking about this. It gets into a weird like Rachel Summers territory where if you keep him, he adds nothing to the story because his future has been demolished. So he really shouldn't be there. So I think killing him was the best option. And he kind of said he came to that conclusion as much as it hurt. He said that when they came to him next season, season 8,
7.
to be in the Vision Quest,
7.
that he was like ecstatic to get to come back, but he was kind of sad he only got to work with Brian and not see the sisters again. But technically that wasn't Chris, that was Leo's interpretation of Chris leading him through the Vision Quest. So he said
He was
he
like the
actually
Christmas Carol ghost.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he
How
said
did he
he
die?
actually played it as, how did he die?
Oh,
he was
sorry,
killed by he was killed by, oh, I just forgot his name. I remember his real name, Gilderoy.
No, Gildart Jackson.
Gildart. Okay.
Yeah.
What's his name in the
Gideon.
show?
Gideon.
Oh.
Got stabbed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, damn.
I know. And he said he played Chris in season 8 as like almost a different character
7.
because he was more serious.
This season 8 isn't out yet. Remember, season 8 isn't out yet.
No. In season 8, when he did the Vision Quest.
That's season 7.
Oh wait, 7.
Yeah.
That's season 7. Yeah, because he was
Yeah.
in 6.
Yeah.
So he played that differently. He also loved playing the Spider Demon. He said it took like 2.5 hours of makeup, and he had to get there at like 6 in the morning, but he reveled in it.
Spin City.
And yeah, I think that's all I got out of this. Is there
Yeah.
anything else I should have highlighted? You didn't give me any fucking bullet points.
No, I know I did it. I make you do the work.
He said, read the magazine, bitch, okay?
Yeah.
I think it was just funny because he said, like, you know, he wrote a letter to his fans about the Chris run. He's like, we had a good run, but Chris can never return. And then he's like, oh, wait, I'm back. That was pretty funny.
So basically, he's like the future Trunks of the show.
Kinda, yeah.
Yes.
Exactly that.
That's funny.
Yeah. For all you Dragon Ball
Oh, I
Z
love
fans.
Trunks. He was so cool.
Yeah. It's like, but it's exactly. I wonder if they got that from that show. Because that's exactly the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I gotta get my Vegeta and my Bulma together. Like,
Just coming back to stop those androids from creating the apocalypse. Yeah.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love that he did talk about how, you know, his version of Chris did die, and that touches upon the idea that the future he came from has yet to be written and may never exist. So that it just goes to show that the Chris that does come back in season 8, which doesn't exist yet, but when he comes back in season 8 for Forever Charmed, that's like an entirely different Chris. It's from a different timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of really cool that he kind of had hinted at that already.
Okay, so mine is Meet the Parents, pages 26 through 29. And let me just pull up the little page so I can like look over everything, because I remember there were some things I saw that I thought were kind of cute. Let's see. Oh yeah, the parents. We were just talking about this, how they recasted the dad and everything, and their trifling ass mom. And where's Grams? Where's useless ass Grams?
She's next issue.
Okay. But yes, the talking points of this article would be, well, Victor represents a world that is completely normal, and the strange thing when compared to the rest of the family. Oh, wait, what's that? And that is a strange thing when compared to the rest of the family. Thank you for that.
So pretty much he's like the everyman normal person. So everybody who's magical is like normal, and he's just the odd man out in this show.
He represents the audience who are not charmed ones. That are just here for the journey. He gets to react to things by proxy. And let's see. Victor's one motivation is to project to his girls and make up for lost time, and has taken out of the girls, much to his objection. Oh, wait, what? Taken out of the girls. Wait, what the hell was that sentence?
Naughty.
What?
I don't feel comfortable with this.
I might have misread a few things.
No, that's
I'm glossing over some things.
Because I'm typing these notes as I'm reading, and it doesn't always make sense when I read it out loud. So
Care to decipher that one, Kevin?
Yeah. So James is saying that Victor is his main purpose in life right now is he wants to protect his girls and make up for the lost time that he missed while he was, out of their lives, as they're growing up. So it's James Reed said that he was, left out of their lives because of Graham, and so it's much to his objection. And I put that in all capitals for all the people that are Victor haters, Graham's lovers. I'm like, Grams is the one that pushed him out. It's not like he just didn't want to be there. And so I'm glad that James Reed notices this.
Wait, people like Grams? Is she like a favorite character?
People do. People
Why? She sucks. She's useless.
She's an instigator.
She's a mischief maker that starts shit with these girls. Half these problems could have been avoided if they not talk to her. Well, anyways, James says that as the children grow up, they separate more from their parents, but Victor kind of already had an even more severe separation when he lost the battle of raising his girls without magic. So though he still supports them, that's where a lot of his pain comes from. And that's understandable because bitchy ass Grams had to go and cut them out of their lives.
Yeah, and
although we did get magic, so that's a trade-off, I guess.
But how shitty is it though, too? Because they disagreed about how to raise the girls, but in the end, they still grew up without magic anyway, and without their dad. Like it's just even crappier because their powers are bound.
Yeah,
it's like
didn't their like powers just kind of like appear out of nowhere? So yeah. Anyways, whatever. She knew they'd come in eventually, so they had to be prepared.
That bitch Graham's ruining everything. Poor Victor.
Like,
poor Victor.
It's better I'm around than him when they eventually do come in. All right. Let's see. Even though he is a man in the world where the women are powerful, underneath is love. It's not a contest, and much support between the girls and the dad. Okay, yeah, I could see that. I agree. Although, did you get into this little side article called "Mommy Dearest"? Because that was really fascinating. My goodness.
Oh yes, that's in there too. Yeah.
Enough about that dad. Let's see.
Oh no! I want to read one quote that he had here. I don't put in your notes, but he says, "I'm always surprised when I get a script and I open it and go, where are they now? This 20-year-old kid's my grandson. Okay. Oh, this baby's my grandson. Okay. Oh, he's the same guy. Okay. Whatever you say."
He's just along for the ride.
Yeah, exactly. I
haven't been here in a while. He has a job.
I love that. Whenever you open a script, it's like, there's nothing I can do about this.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So more bullet points. Okay. Fiona, she loves the show. It cracks her up. She finds it funny. Okay, what's funny about this? She loves the writing and how it's shot. She's always happy to come. She's always happy to come into work. This is a pageant article. I was misled here. I thought it was gonna be more like bitching. Okay.
Right.
There's a bittersweet coating to everything Patty does. She enjoys seeing her girls, but always knows she has to leave. Oh, that's brutal. That is brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm a little bit in and out of the show. Was the mom, like the ghost mom, like an ever-present thing, or she just like came in here and there?
She was here and there. Yeah, she never was like steady because she was. Finola's a very busy lady, and she was doing soap operas everywhere at the time and other things. So she only kind of came in when her schedule allowed.
Oh, I see. So the mom always had an excuse to not be around. Okay, even in death, she can't be bothered. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. What is she doing in the afterlife that's taking up so much goddamn time? Okay. Fiona is basically on call. She works next door to the spelling offices and is a fashion correspondent for E! Oh, I do remember that. Okay.
Yeah. She was also the host of How Do I Look at this time. Do you remember that show, How Do I Look?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, it's all coming back to me now. My goodness.
Oh, thanks, Lydia.
No wonder she didn't show up. I'm surprised they recast her.
Yeah.
Morgan Fairchild or somebody wasn't around to play their mom. Jesus. All right. Let's see. She's often recognized for Charmed, and even though she had sporadic appearances, so that's great. Good for her. Mm-hmm. Mommy Dearest was quite misleading a title for her, honestly. They made it sound like she was a terror.
Yeah. Like, I never see her going, no wire hangers anywhere. Like,
yeah. She was a terror in her Emma Frost blonde wig, though. Let's not talk about that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, she played an X-Men once upon a time.
Mm-hmm.
She did?
She played Emma Frost in
okay.
What was that movie?
In the Fox made-for-TV Generation X movie.
Yeah.
This is something I never even heard of. It's like when I found out there was a Superboy live-action series in like the 90s. Like, if you say so. Okay.
I didn't think I knew that. I need to find that.
I went down a wormhole watching Smallville. I was like, this can't be the only Superman show. Yeah, apparently not. Right. They tried it quite a few times.
I'll just put it this way to give you like a glimpse of what she looked like as Emma. We compared her to David Bowie from Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal.
I mean, she practically had the codpiece and everything. I mean,
she was doing her best, okay?
She was excellent. We love her.
She was a working woman in Hollywood, all right?
I mean, and to her credit, she was the best Emma Frost live action we've ever seen. Still,
Yes,
so that's really
true.
saying something. I did want to say something about James Reed. He was originally going to be like a forester, and he wanted to wear like an attractive hat, but then we found out that it involved math and science. He's like, never mind.
Yeah, that was funny.
So we have Agent Provocateur, Kerr Smith. Blah, 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 blah. So Kerr Smith originally auditioned for Andy on Charmed. At the same time, he auditioned for Dawson's Creek. He was actually in like one of six people in the running for the role of Andy. Julian McMahon was another one. Cole. And he said that everyone else that was there looked 7 years older than him, and he was wondering why he was even there. He talked about a pilot that he did for a spelling called Silver Lake that didn't get picked up, but it sounded very interesting. It sounded much like Ghosts, actually. It was his character ran an underground record store, and he could see dead people, and he would help them. Yeah, but they didn't pick it up because they didn't think it would work. And all of a sudden, all these years later, we have this big hit, which is Ghosts, which is the same thing. Interesting.
Well,
you know. He says Kyle Brody
that's
is
Julian McMahon in the photo right here. Is it that's Julian McMahon?
No, it's not.
Who is that?
That's Kerr Smith.
Okay. I was like,
yeah.
They
look very similar. They look very similar. Which is weird. I remember when he joined Charmed, I was like, oh, it's like a younger Julian McMahon. He's the guy from Final Destination. If you remember that movie, he's in Final Destination. Yeah.
Oh yes. Okay, I know exactly.
The
what
jock
you're talking
kind
about.
of character. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he says that his character in this is a lot like Mulder from X-Files. Same backstory with parents being killed by supernatural. You can't tell if he's a bad guy or not. And it said Kerr Smith said he doesn't even have any idea where they're going with the character, and I don't want to know. I like the mystery.
Does he end up dead?
He does end up dead.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's a shame. All right.
We don't really like him in the show. I mean, we like him for a little bit in the show, and then we don't like him by the end of the show.
He's not like the other good guy cop that they have. Yeah.
No.
But then he gets to be a goddamn elder for doing nothing, for just being
books.
a jerk. They're like, you'd fit in here.
Hey, not a bad toss off, honestly.
That's true. He got sucked off.
That's an upward
to
trajectory.
heaven.
I've never heard one.
It's like, Paige, did you do this? Why are the pages so sticky? I don't know. There is something in here that I was a little bit taken aback by. I wanted to read it. It was the question. He says, your character on Dawson's Creek was gay. Based on the interactions between Brody and Paige, Brody is most definitely not gay. How nice a change of pace is that? And then he says, gay roles are definitely done for me now. I've gone down that route. We're going to keep it straight for now, but it's no different. I didn't play Jack McPhee gay in any way. It was just the writing that made him gay. I played him straight. I thought that was the most interesting way to do it. So I'm not really doing anything different, but sure, I'd rather kiss Rose McGowan than some dude. I don't know. I was getting weird vibes with that question. You know?
Yeah.
How do we feel about that? Yeah.
And it was at a later date in time where that shouldn't have been an appropriate question to ask or even the thing to say.
Right.
So, yeah. Crazy. How, 2011, they still had that kind of mindset?
This is 2005.
Oh, okay. It's pre-Lady Gaga. All right. So
Yeah.
This is pre-Monsters Ball, so I understand it now. Okay. That makes more sense, actually. Was Julie McMahon on Nip Tuck yet?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the Ryan Murphy at all had not kicked in yet. We didn't have Glee yet. It's fine.
But like the guy Ian Spelling, who was it? Ian Spelling, yeah. Ian Spelling, who asked the question, seems kind of out of touch. He's like, "How nice a change of pace is that?" I'm like, "That's okay." And then him saying like, "Oh yeah, I'd rather kiss Rose McGowan than some dude." I'm like, it's like I just played that role to tick my gay card box because all the actors get one gay role, and it sounded very insensitive to me.
Especially with all those struggling gay actors that would have rather played it. Yeah, that must have been rough for him. That's rough. It's truly rough.
Mhm. And I like it rubbed me the wrong way that he was like, I played it straight. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Why did he have to say that?
Yeah.
Like,
Like I was just being myself. He was just happened to be gay. You know, he was not gay at all. Just that one part. Like,
well, it's funny.
Well.
When I rewatched Final Destination, I actually looked up like, is Kerr Smith gay? Because he almost reads to me as one of those like angry gays. Like he's so like trying to
Like a-
hide being gay that
Yeah.
he's
Closet
trying
jock.
to be straight. I don't know. Yeah. Like, and not just his character, but him, like his mannerisms, the way he talks. I'm like, are you
Yeah.
a little bit in the closet there, Kerr Smith?
I guess we'll never know. He's not a boy kisser anymore, so you know we'll never know.
Right.
Those
He
days are
doesn't kiss them
behind him.
dudes.
In this, he does say something that's very true about Charmed. He says, as big as Charmed was in America, it became even bigger internationally, which is very true. I was actually a little jealous since this is an American show, yet they get more opportunities to explore their love in other countries in Europe and stuff. I was like, why do they get the conventions and things? I used to be like, it's our show. So, but it's true. It really took off other places.
I'm curious, what was the biggest country it like existed in?
Probably, I feel like France. I feel like France was the biggest. Yeah.
Interesting.
They really got
Maybe.
into the sisterhoods of witches in France. That's cool. Okay.
Yeah. And then they had like a little fun themed actor profile here. It looks like an FBI document. And then it's just a little bit about Kerr Smith. He says he was a self-taught pianist, Sean. And
That's no
and
fun.
I know, pianist. And his first acting experience was The King and I in high school. That's pretty much all I got from that.
Thank you, Kerr Smith. We hardly knew you. All right.
Yes. And in my magazine, my poster fell out, so I can show you the full posters. So we got this Drew Fuller one.
Spank Bank.
Yeah. And we have this season 5 promo picture one. So,
Oh my god, the saucy Rose McGowan redhead one with a tube top.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And I think it'd be fun to just mention this. This is the charming read. Since we covered all the novels, it's fun that they're doing a competition where you can like enter to win 3 charmed books. You got Mystic Knoll, Pied Piper, and Survival of the Fittest. So yeah, it's a little sweepstakes. They got 15 sets of these books for people to win.
Lucky them. And you own all of them, I imagine.
Oh, of course, we covered them all already. Yeah, every single one.
I didn't know if you're checking them out of the library or not. I don't know.
So, now we got our Charmed and Dangerous, where we all get to be a part of this.
Okay.
So, Charmed and Dangerous, this is the top 10 demons according to Charmed magazine, and we'll just take turns reading what they say about them.
And I do have to say, I hate this writing so much. I felt like such an old man. I was like, number 10, what does that say?
The font is really...
TLE cleaners? It's the cleaners.
It looks like Death Note. This is Death Note rating.
Yeah. So it says, who am I? The cleaners were created by the Magic Tribunal, which consists of 2 demons and 2 elders. Empowered by both good and evil, they are responsible for cleaning up after magic has been exposed. They have the power to remove all evidence, erase memories, and if necessary, rewrite history. When Febois and Paige are caught on tape using their powers, the cleaners cover it up and use Daryl as a scapegoat. Things go from bad to worse when the charmed ones end up on trial. Okay, so they may not technically be villains, but they have done some terrible villain-like things. If looks could kill, they'd probably kill you. If you spilled anything on those white suits. Smartly dressed and well-groomed they are. Did Yoda write this? Smartly dressed and well-groomed they are. In short, the perfect men to take home to meet the folks. Looks-wise, anyway.
I don't think so. They were not cute. They were not cute.
No, they weren't.
Like, look at them. Balding! Like, scrunch face. Like, okay. So, if you say so, Charmed magazine.
Yeah. It was Kerr Smith who wrote this.
Real man's man, you know? They play it straight.
Best remembered for looking rather dapper in their white suits, framing Daryl for a murder he didn't commit, and sending him to death row, and kidnapping Wyatt, and erasing his existence after he accidentally brought a dragon to life. Memorable quote: "You're only delaying the inevitable, I'm afraid. Now, if you don't mind, we have a lot of cleaning to do." I just imagine them in like maids outfits, like dusting.
Whistle while you work.
What a villain thing to say. We have a lot of cleaning to do.
A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Oh, yeah.
All right, so
Okay.
next up is number 9. This font is insane. How did anyone read this? Okay, so Jeremy Burns, who was so important, he did not get pictured. He missed yearbook day.
True.
Let's see. Who am I? On the surface, Jeremy seemed like the perfect boyfriend. Gorgeous, charming, attractive, but so often looks can be deceiving, and none more so than Jeremy's case. It transpired that Jeremy was in fact an evil warlock, and the only reason he was dating Piper was so he can get close to her and the Charmed Ones and steal their powers. He was the first warlock the girls vanquished. Was this like episode 2?
Episode 1. This is the one we covered.
Episode 1. I know it sounded familiar. I do remember Jeremy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
No wonder you gave this to me. It looks could kill. He was the perfect boyfriend, not sure about the flames shooting out of his fingertips, though. Oh, they're charming here. Okay, I see. They got jokes. He appeared in he was in season 2
For one
Who was
episode.
in season
He was the
2?
first season of. He was the first episode of season 1 and the first episode of season 2 when there's the demon Abraxas started reversing the spells, and he reversed the power of 3 spell and he came back to life. Yeah.
I was like, I'm pretty sure they killed him. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He is best known for being a bit smarmy, fooling Piper, and believing he was the perfect boyfriend, being a serial killer of witches. Let's see, memorable quotes. Cool parlor trick, bitch. You were always the tough one, weren't you, Prue? Well, he like said Prue like it was bitch. Like he was also saying bitch. Prue was just another word for bitch, the way he said it.
You probably don't remember, but I remember the actor Eric Scott Woods was so offended by having to say bitch all the time. They had to dub him. They had to dub him somebody else saying bitch for him.
Wow.
Aw, I love it's like the cursing equivalent of when you watch Showgirls on VH1 and they have like the hovering bikinis. Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah. And then we have number 8, Evil Leo. Who am I? It's hard to think of Leo as evil. Maybe it's because of his adorable face and cute puppy dog eyes. Or maybe it's his devotion to Piper and his sons, Chris and Wyatt. Whatever the reason, he certainly hasn't got the evil look going on for him. But at the end of season 6, we learned that there are 2 sides to every coin, or more specifically, every universe. A mirror universe exists. The Plur universe, if you will, Sean. Remember the Plur? We called it Plur. Where our good guys are bad guys, and the bad guys virtuous. Evil Leo is the opposite of our ultimate hero. But good or evil, Leo's instincts still lead him to save the Charmed Ones. If looks could kill, just think of the gorgeous guy next door with an attitude. This guy, the guy your mother warned you about, but you fell for it anyway. Oh. Best remembered for restoring the balance, putting good and evil back where they belong. Okay, that's not really evil, but we won't tell him if you won't. And then memorable quote. Have you ever seen anything so good?
Ooh. What a memorable quote.
Look, they're working with what the best they got, okay?
Yep.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Number 7, the Triad, a high-level council consisting of members at the highest level of the demonic hierarchy. The Triad has the power to determine the fate of any demon who has fallen from grace. They don't like getting their hands dirty, so they will often assign lower-level demons to do their evil work, which, when you think about it, it's really rather clever. I mean, why work if you don't have to? If looks could kill. Sinister-looking men who dress in brown hooded cloaks. Appearances, season 3. Best remembered for sending Cole Balthazar, and numerous other assassins. Kevin, my favorite
Your
word.
favorite word, because you say ass twice.
You get to say ass twice, and then you say in to try and kill the charmed ones, and for almost wiping out their entire line. Memorable quotes. You were out to destroy the witches. Instead, you bedded one of them. Bitch. Someone had a bitch.
Okay, Mrs. Weasley.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. Oh, I have the seer, number 6, the seer. All right, let's see. Who am I? The seer has been around for thousands of years, greatly respected in the underworld. She has served multiple sources in her life. In fact, because she has the power to see the future, she has served as the advisor of the source. Like the magazine? Anyways, although she has plans of her own, she's always seeking the perfect opportunity to gain the ultimate power she so desperately craves. It involves starting a new evil order and getting rid of the charmed ones. She is immune to spells and tonics and will only kill if she has to. Well, it's not that evil if she has to. Let's see. Okay, it looks good. Oh, yeah, it looks good kill. The perfect representation of female species. But how come she's not pictured? Why didn't she get a picture?
Yeah.
Here, there she
Okay.
is on this cover. There.
Okay.
Uh
That's fine
huh.
then.
But
Uh-huh.
yours counts.
Okay. I mean, she's in a turtleneck with severe eye makeup, so I mean, that's like, whatever. We're working with what we got here. Okay. She's best remembered for having the power to see the future and working in a league with the source and planning to steal Phoebe's unborn child. She could raise a child to become the next evil source of evil. Oh my God, she was evil. Okay, that's crazy. She planned a changeling. Well, good for her.
Yeah.
Did she
Yeah.
succeed? Did she get the baby?
No.
Oh, never mind.
Her and the baby
Okay.
were killed together. Yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay. That I didn't expect it to go that. Okay, well, let me just finish this off. All right, we can talk about it. Memorable quote: "I command all in attendance to witness the power of the source and the death of the charmed ones." Exactly how she's probably
Just like that. That's exactly. You're right.
Yeah.
Except
And
she
scene.
goes, the sauce with my spaghetti.
The sauce.
It sounds like
Forgot about
sauce.
that. Yeah.
Sauce.
The sauce cannot
Maybe
stand
she was
it.
hungry.
So wait, she killed the baby?
She took in the baby into herself. So she stole the baby from Phoebe's womb and put it in her womb. And then she tried to kill the charmed ones, but the charmed ones said the power of 3 spell and it killed everybody in the room. So she exploded with the baby inside of her. It sounds so crazy when you put it like that.
That is fucked up.
And that's
What?
why abortion
This
is
happened
illegal.
on This happened on Charmed? Like in between like Dawson's Creek? Fuck. I had to leave frame for a second here. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, all right.
All right.
Teens to watch. Okay. Well, that was fun.
Yeah. Next is Gideon, not Gilderoy, but Gideon, and
Shut up.
he is Leo's mentor and principal of magic school. A powerful elder, Gideon was a handy guy to have around, as he would often advise the charmed ones when magical disasters occurred. But Gideon had a dark side. He made a deal with the Dark Ladders to get rid of Leo, and conspired with demons to make the charmed ones part of the demonic reality show Witch Wars. He wanted the charmed ones out of the way so he could get rid of baby Wyatt, whom he viewed as a too powerful sauce that might shift the balance between good and evil. If looks could kill, Gideon looked like a nice enough gent. In fact, just like a typical headmaster, educated and intelligent. And boring.
Aww.
We liked his evil Gideon. He had more, something about him. Like,
Yeah. He was a
More
good
fire in
villain.
his belly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He is best
Not a
remembered for
baby.
being head. Yeah. He's best remembered for being head of the magic school, trying to destroy Wyatt, sending Leo and Chris to a mirrored world where evil prevails, stabbing Leo in the back, metaphorically, and basically killing anyone or anything that would get in his way, including poor Chris. Ah! A memorable quote. Leo, please, you have to understand. I'm only doing this for the greater good. I swear.
Oh, so Gideon, so Gilroy. Gilroy.
Yeah.
Okay, Shax are better known as the Shaxmanian Devil. Number 4. Who am I? The sauces less than pretty personal. How rude! They call him ugly in the first sentence. It's so rude.
Fabio
The
would be
sauce is
so
less than
offended.
Yeah. And I get my word again. Assassin. He is one very dangerous demon, so it's no wonder the sauce picked Shax to be his right hand man. Demon. Shax has the power to travel. It's a strong gust of wind. It makes it sound like he's a fart. He kills his victims with very powerful energy blasts. Not helping. During one such attack on an innocent by Shax, the Charmed Ones paid the ultimate price, resulting in the death of Prue. Although revenge came quickly, but not sweetly, when they vanquished Shax's sorry ass. If looks could kill, one look at Shax is enough to scare anyone to death. Wow. In short,
Damn.
creepy even with the effeminate long hair. Questionable things being said.
Ian Spelling, he's such a straight guy. I don't like him.
What is this? Who
Yeah.
is this incel that wrote all these things? Jesus Christ.
Oh no, actually, this is Kate
Yeah.
Anderson. This is the woman saying this now.
How
Oh,
dare
God.
she?
Why is Shax catching strays? I mean, sure, he killed Prue, but come on, he was
Yeah.
just doing his job.
Yeah. Let's see. Best remembered for being the sauce's top guy, not to mention rather ugly. She's going. This is the third time
Damn.
she's mentioned that. Being a demon of, very few words, and killing Prue and temporarily destroying the power of 3. Memorable quote. The end.
See, and I always thought Shax was super hot. You know, Michael Billy Smith looks so good in that outfit. He's like all shirtless and blue. Like, come on.
Well, not according to this lady. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Were you paying attention? He's fucking ugly. Did you not hear anything I just read?
He might
They didn't even
as
show
well
a
been
picture.
like Steve
She's so
Buscemi,
offended
for
she doesn't even show a
fuck's
picture of him.
Shax, not picture. All right.
Well,
All right.
good. I don't want to see that.
I'm next. Okay. Barbara's or Barbara's? How do we say this? Barbara?
Bob.
Barbara.
I like Barbara's.
Barbara's. Barbara Streisand. Okay, let's see. Who am I? Barbara's. Otherwise known as the Demon of Fear. Makes sense. Makes an appearance once every shut up 1,300 years on Friday the 13th for 24 hours. His life force is derived by feeding off the fear of witches. That's oddly specific, but okay. In order for Babras to break free from his eternal bonds and walk the earth, he has to kill 13 unmarried female witches, again oddly specific, before the midnight of Friday the 13th. This guy obviously has a thing about the number 13. That's what sticks out to you? Okay. His continued bid for freedom from the underworld is usually at the Charm One's expense. Okay, so the things this author chooses to hone in on and focus on are questionable. All right.
Yeah.
If looks could kill, he's old and evil, but not ugly, with pale skin and piercing eyes, sends shivers down your spines just by looking at you. Yeah, she did not mention ugly once, but poor Shax, man.
I know. And then Barbara's the one with gingivitis and everything. Like,
what the fuck? Like, I'm looking at him right now. It's like he looks like a wax figure of Rod Stewart.
Touche.
Yeah.
Best remembered for being able to literally scare witches to death, having the power of astral projection, tricking Page into giving him Cole's power. That's a tickling. I would give up too. I'd give his powers too. Okay. Welcoming a lawyer and becoming a lawyer and putting the Charm Ones on trial and being the king of comebacks. He has been vanquished like 4 times. Oh, okay. The journalism goes out the window here. Like, okay, what Valley Girl wrote this? Memorable quote: "How cute! The great big elders afraid of the teeny weeny itsy bitsy baby." Okay, that was our takeaway quote. Okay, well,
Yellow
I
polka
have
dot bikini.
Not one
Glabrous.
mention of him being ugly.
Nope.
Right.
Glabrous.
Oh, I love it.
That strikes fear in the hearts of witches. I could see it.
Yeah.
All right, so I have the sauce. And number 2, he is the highest ranking demon in the underworld, which he rules over. Receives his powers through a coronation and is granted dominion over all demons in the underworld. Over 1,000 years ago, during one of the most important wars in the underworld, the sauce took control and vanquished the most powerful competition. He likes to call himself the sauce of all evil and pasta, but it's just a name. The sauce has been responsible for many, many heinous acts. And planning to impregnate Phoebe with the most evil spawn was definitely one of his worst. If looks could kill, must be on the unattractive side.
Here we go again. Not even picture. Doesn't even get a chance to defend themselves with
See?
picture. We don't get the
doesn't
side
even-
for ourselves.
Yeah, doesn't let them defend. Must be
Well,
on
and
the
me, I
unattractive
thought the
side.
first source was hot. He was like Chester Bennington with like dark Chester Bennington. Like he could get it.
She says, why else hide his face with a cowl? Also known as a loose hood. Who cares? Like, why would you...
She's like, in case you're too stupid to know fashion, this is what a cowl
Yeah.
is. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is an uncircumcised penis, in case you didn't know. And then, like... But yeah, because the first one was also played by Michael Bailey Smith, who played Shaq, so she must not like Michael Bailey Smith. It's been a long, long time since anyone has seen his face, but it is reported to be covered in scars, covered in scorpions.
I knew it.
Someone really should tell the source that red isn't his color. Best remembered for sending Piper into a coma in order to make her give up her powers, breaking an age-old agreement between good and evil and stealing the Hollow, which he has used to absorb the Charmed One's powers, possessing Cole and taking over his body, and having a complex about his appearance. Memorable quotes: "The Charmed Ones are dead." That's as generic as you can get.
So memorable.
Look, they're working with what they got, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Am I doing number 1?
It's Mike
Okay,
Bailey
okay.
Smith again, so okay.
Yeah. Balthazar. No, Balthazar. Who am I? He is incredibly ugly. No. Balthazar was the world's greatest, most powerful, and dangerous demon for a century. An infamous soldier of fortune in his time. He destroyed countless demons, witches, and innocentes. Part of what made Balthazar so powerful was that, unlike most other demons, he had a soul. Balthazar was the demonic side of Cole Turner. The half-human, half-demon came into the Charmed One's life as ADA Cole Turner. It didn't take long for Faybois to fall for Cole's tall, dark, good looks. Of course, she didn't know how big his penis was. No, he was an evil demon at the time. Although, perhaps if she'd seen his demon face first, Phoebe would never have fallen in love with him. Let's go ahead and ugly shame him some more.
See?
If looks could kill. Sexy as hell in human form, but looks like Darth Maul's uglier cousin
She really
as
hates
a
him.
demon. Yes. Either that or Balthazar's got a very bad case of sunburn. Oh, so funny. Best remembered for being the ultimate big bad of the series, looking absolutely drop dead gorgeous. As Cole Turner, I just want to point that out. Being good at throwing energy balls, falling in love with the Charmed One, and eventually turning into a complete human. Oh, and getting vanquished. Memorable quote. This isn't a mask, Phoebe. It's who I am, who I really am. I'm half human. My father was mortal. I think Cole said that, but I did it as Balthazar,
Yes,
so whatever.
it was cool,
That's
and that pissed me
good.
off.
I
Like,
like
if you're
it.
gonna do Balthazar, make it a Balthazar quote.
Yeah.
Okay, Cole gets all the credit. Okay.
See, I loved how much she drooled over that, though. Like, Jesus Christ, lady, should we get the Wonder Mop? Sexy as hell in his human form.
Yeah.
But fugly
And, like,
as
maybe-
Balthazar.
Maybe I'm the weird one. I don't think Cole Turner's as hot. Like, I'd rather take Fuck Me, Daddy Satan Baltazar than Cole Turner.
Like, imagine how these actors felt reading this article if they ever saw it. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm telling Michael Bailey Smith.
It's like that one comic of like the girl being scared by a zombie. She's like, ah, and then she sees the skeleton tries. She's like, ew, and it just shows the skeleton in bed later that night. Like, ew, ew,
yeah. And then they have like a special like honorable mention of Charisma, the seer Charisma, and it just said that Charisma didn't think they would choose her as the seer because it's such a minimal part and she's expensive. She'd be expensive. And then she knew Holly because they did a movie called See Jane Date, which led her to the series.
and there she is in a bustier. So
Cordelia. Yeah,
it's a good use of their charisma carpenter.
Yeah. Get it.
yeah. They say that she's like Cordelia but sexier is what the writers why they chose her.
What is with this verbiage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's written
She's
by a bunch
like
of teenagers.
Cordelia, only sexier. That puss.
And not ugly, like Michael Bailey Smith. I just want to reiterate how ugly he is. All right, so sets appeal, not sex, sets. So this is Paul Staheli. He talks about the set design. Long story short, he goes into how he was doing set design for like 30 years and he was starting to get bored of just doing like people's rooms and just like interior decorating for movies. So that's when he moved over to Charmed, where he got to do like icy caves and the underworld and like all these kind of new types of sets. And he goes into a little bit more detail about in between season 6 and 7 when they were moving to the Paramount Studios. He basically had to go through and decide like what they could take and what they had to leave behind. He also talks about like they only had a part of the street for like 15 days that they could shoot on for the whole season. So they would like design it like a coffee shop and then try to write in like scenes at that coffee shop or find the best ways to use the tools that they had. And he talked about how like Paramount Pictures opened up a lot, our studios opened up a lot of doors for them, but it had its own issues because like security's tighter and there's not as much storage for them, but then a lot of stuff can be made there, which is interesting. Like they could buy their wood straight through Paramount. They could also have like signs made at Paramount for the different storefronts. So I thought this was interesting. It was more interesting than the hair or makeup articles in the last magazine, which no shade on hair and makeup, but those were just boring articles.
Yeah. And some of this we learned from the Book of Three. The Book of Three, Volume 2, I think covered some of the same ground, which is fun. Oh, I just want to say one thing about the set designer. This is not in the magazine, but this is just a fun fact for Charmed fans. Because Paul Staheli, he started on Charmed in season 3, and he went all the way to season 8. But season 1, the set designer was Dean Edward Mitzner. He did all of season 1 and the first 7 episodes of season 2. And then Carlos Bourbon was like a transitional person. He just did season 2, episode 8 to the end of season 2, and then he was gone. So there are 2 other ones before him, before Paul.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ew. Classic Charmed. I dream of Phoebe. I small lawsuit. Okay, let's see. I don't think did Aaron Spelling create that show? I don't think he did. Okay, let's see. Reasons to watch. Alyssa Milano dressed like Barbara Eden. If you're a fan of Paige's boyfriend Richard, then you better make the most of him while he's still around, because sadly, the handsome Balthazar Getty's last appearance. Oh, Balthazar, like the demon?
Yeah.
Different person.
Yeah, this is the actual actor who's named Balthazar, isn't it? How random.
Okay.
It's this guy. It's this guy. That's Balthazar Getty.
Okay. Okay. So we'll get into it. I went down a wormhole when I looked over this article. I'll talk to you about that in a second. Let's see. There's hope for Piper and Leo yet. Forget the hunky fireman. These two are made for each other, and we all know it. So it's surely only a matter of time before the inevitable happens, and Leo and Piper are back in each other's arms where they belong. Okay.
Sounds like the director of Twilight, this teenage girl of a writer.
And our last little factoid, let's face it, Phoebe's worn some seriously skimpy clothes in her time, and the genie costume is a classic. If she ever tires of being a witch, she has a successful future living in a bottle and granting wishes, like being a slave. Okay. It's a cute outfit. I will say it. That's one of the cuter outfits I've seen her do. And she's got great abs. Oh my God. Okay, so this Balthazar Getty guy. I went down a wormhole because I was like, Getty, that name sounds familiar. So he was an heir to Getty Images, or he still is. So like Getty, I guess, was like this big like oil tycoon, right? And their father, John Getty III, was actually kidnapped and ransomed and had his ear chopped off and sent back to the Gettys. And they got him back by paying a huge fortune. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. I went down a whole wormhole.
Wow.
Apparently, there is a whole storied past with the Gettys.
Yeah, but
Wow.
he is the very definition of privilege, like rich white guy. Like,
Oh, Nepo baby for sure. Like oil tycoon money, honey. But good for him. He got to be an actor, so that's nice. Good for him.
There you go. Yeah. Yep. All right. So next we have director's cut Derek Johansen, who Joey last week was very smitten over. He is very cute. I'll give him that.
He is.
Derek Johansen. So
I'd give him more than just that.
See, yes.
Is he the one with
Very
the soul
handsome.
patch, or which one is he?
He's the one. Let's see if I can post a picture here. So it's this guy. There.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I could see it. He kind of looks
Super
like yeah, he kind of looks like Carlos from Desperate Housewives in this picture.
Okay.
Just bearded.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the
Derek
article about?
It's about Derek Johansen. He is a director of sorts. So he first started off on Blade. He did Blade, Field of Dreams, and he finished the second Austin Powers movie when he got the call to interview for Charmed as a second assistant director. And that was between the first and second seasons of Charmed. When Shannon directed her first episode, that's when he became the first assistant director. And then he broke down like the difference between a first assistant director and a second assistant director. So first assistant director breaks down the script into practical elements and then combines it into a schedule that can be shot in an orderly fashion, and it accounts for all the people that would be required to be there on set, and then becomes like the field general on set. And then the second assistant director is responsible for the call sheet. So he gets the call sheet and he gets a hold of all the people on that call sheet, and then he sets the background when they're on set. So I guess there's just different ranks of director until you finally get to like the actual director.
Okay.
So he was like all the different. He was second and first. But Derek began moving up the ladder because of his work with Jim Conway and Brad Kern and Jean Perret. All those like main bigwig directors kind of liked him a lot. So then he's like, give me a chance. And so they're like, okay, yeah, you can direct something. and his first episode that he was credited as director was The Importance of Being Phoebe. That kind of this one. And because he was with the show for so long, since season 2, he really knew the show well, and that helped him be a director. And he knew it so intimately. He also choreographed the sword fight, Sword in the City. He did that one. He made the car chase in A Wrong Day's Journey into Right. And he was very proud of the sense of family in Cheaper by the Coven. Because like that's an episode that's really about family, and I helped bring that up because I know the show so well.
So where's his pinup picture for like? Why don't we get a poster of him? All right.
I know, right?
Yeah.
He's got a sword. He's got a sword.
Okay, that's close.
So he directed a handful of episodes of Charmed, and those were The Importance of Being Phoebe, Sword in the City, A Wrong Day's Journey into Right, Cheaper by the Coven, and There's Something About Leo. Ta-da!
All right, this is a quick one. Magic merchandise. First off, Tara DeLulo, who wrote this, is very shamey of different bookstores because she's like, you could get any of these items at any good comic book store. So apparently if they didn't have these items, they weren't a good comic book store.
Right.
But just to give an idea of the items coming out in 2005, there were the different Charmed novels for $5.99 each on Amazon.com are all good bookstores. The Book of Three, which we covered on this show, $17.95. Charmed Love Spells, which Kevin covered, $4.95. The action figures, $12.99 each. And we were getting kind of like the second wave, the Leo in his like battle gear from like the, what's it called? Oh My Goddess? Was it Oh My
Valley of the
Goddess?
Dolls.
Valley of the Dolls. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So we got those figures coming out. We had the cardboard cutouts, which Kevin never purchased for €24.99
They're only
because they were
available
in
in
a UK only
Terrible.
release. Terrible.
But I printed out
Official
the
calendar,
I printed out the
$12.99.
posters and I taped them together and made my own life-size posters.
Of course you would. The trading cards were just coming out $3.49 per pack on Inkworks, which we talked about on past episodes. The soundtrack, the CD, $19.98. For those who don't know, CDs were little round discs that we put in a machine and it made noise. And also the Spirit Board. You get a Spirit Board replica, $249.99. Fuck the $49.99 season 1 DVD. This thing.
And I did not get that because I was so offended by how it looked. I'm like, this is not even right. It looks like wood, like bark from a tree. It was not even accurate. So I refused to get it. I got my own Spirit Board. That was better.
So you're not a completionist, is what we're hearing. Okay.
Maybe I should get it. I thought about it every once in a while, but I'm like,
you stir awake every once in a while. Like, I should have gotten that Spirit Board.
I do. I actually do that. Sometimes like look on eBay for it. I'm like, should I buy it?
It can't be that expensive now.
I think it's like $500 now. People are selling it for.
Oh.
Wow.
400, 300, something like that. Yeah.
All that to talk to ghosts. Okay, well, maybe you don't need it. All right.
So now we have our letters. We're not going to read all of them. I figure we'll each read one of them. So they're listed here: works of art, fantastic, and poetry in motion. I would read those three and then talk about the art.
I'll start. So works of art.
Yeah.
All right. I just got my first issue of Charmed magazine here in England. It's great. Here are a few of my drawings of the Charmed woman. Hopefully sometime in the future I might get to see them in Charmed magazine. Can't wait until December to get my next issue. Alison Cheetham, Liverpool, UK. Thanks for your beautiful drawings, Allison. We were so impressed here at Charmed Magazine HQ. We're sending you a goodie bag. I will say her Piper and Paige are pretty good. The Phoebe looks more like Finola Hughes to me than Phoebe.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's a little more voluptuous in the lips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because they do say in the show that she looks the most like their mother. So that's kind of cool. So when you think about
that. Touche.
Fascinating. Fantastic. At 44, I'm probably older than your average Charmed viewer, but I pride myself on my long-standing cult fan status. I was a major Star Trek junkie from the original when I was a kid all the way through Enterprise. I'm also a big fan of Buffy and Angel, too. I'm proud to add Charmed to this elite list. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about Prue's replacement, but I've come to love Paige as much as the other girls. She is a kind of exotic beauty. Piper is classy, very pretty, and so cute the way she acts and says some of the things she does. Wait, what? Okay. She and Leo are a great couple and perfect for each other. I hope they get back together. Leo has earned the right with his goodness to be an elder, but the job doesn't fit him. He belongs here with the sisters. Phoebe is sexy. Okay. All right. Okay. She gets to wear the coolest outfits. I wish I was able to even find some of the things she does. I look forward to each week to see what she's going to wear next. I was a Who's the Boss fan, and Alyssa Milano has grown into a beautiful young woman. Charmed is a wonderful fantasy, and the whole cast are perfect for their parts. Oh, there's more. Jesus Christ. Okay. And fit well together. Rose, Holly, and Alyssa, ? Well, you couldn't have found anyone else to do this job the way they do. The show takes me out of my dull life for a while and transports me somewhere else for an hour each week. which I need desperately sometimes, and I thank each of them for that. Renee Danner, Atlantic Beach, US. Where's Atlantic Beach? Like, I guess I should have done New York accent. I think
No,
Atlantic City.
I think I picture her as Southern. I just picture it now. I can't. Just like some lady that sits home watching soaps all day and like makes iced tea.
Damn air conditions broke again. Yeah, read those in accents. I think it makes it more fun.
Oh, it's in North Carolina, Atlantic Beach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
there you
Southern
go.
works. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. I mean, it just fit the way that her use of language felt very Southern. So you hit it. So then we have this lady that wrote a poem for Charmed. It's called Poetry in Motion. I don't know how I feel about this poem, but it's cute, I guess. It says, Piper, you can be grumpy, but really it's all the elders being mumpy, just because you missed a demon attack. Patience is what the elders lack. With a caring husband and 2 babies, your life couldn't be more perfect. Paige, you're so lovable. When you became a witch, you didn't read the label. But you handle magic well, with the coolest power that no one for $1 million would sell. Phoebe, witchiness felt right when you studied Balthazar all night, until he showed himself as Cole. In your heart, he left a hole. Please still remember your wedding bell with a husband literally from hell. Watching you all every week is what deletes our lives so bleak. Thank you for keeping our lives from being sad. You delete every feeling of mine that's bad. From Sarah Cunningham, Scotland, UK.
Charming. Okay. Maybe do a haiku
Good for
next
you.
time.
Yeah.
Shorter.
Yeah.
I feel really bad for Piper because I looked up mumpy and it says is an informal word that generally refers to swelling, particularly resembling the swollen appearance of the jawline in someone with mumps.
But
Brutal.
she's talking about the elders when she said mumpy, so maybe it makes sense.
The elders are mumpy.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's
Yeah.
okay then.
Yeah,
It's accurate.
They weren't calling
So, yeah, but,
Polly
you know,
swollen.
But that's the thing. Yeah, I don't know how old these people are. This could have been a kid. This could have been, so I don't want to like be too harsh on it, but it's.
But mumpy, good vocabulary word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Apparently it's very more common in UK. It's a UK kind of slang term. So there you go.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That's stupid Americans.
Yeah. And then there's some other drawings. Anything about these other drawings? We have a Daryl one. Where are they? We have a Daryl one. We have a Sisters. We have a Piper one, and a Phoebe one. I don't know. Yeah, this.
The
cute that
Phoebe
people are
one is an
sending stuff in.
interesting likeness. I'll say that much.
Mm-hmm.
I love how they
The
hide
one
the
of them-
hands because they don't know how to draw hands. They put it behind,
Yeah.
they put it behind the back.
Hands suck.
Hands suck. Yeah, and then the one in the middle kind of looks like Bratz dolls in that one. Of the 3 girls.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Where
like that
was
one
that
because it's
crossover?
stylized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So now, ask Brad. We're not going to read any of these per se, but is there anything? I have a few things that I would want to make note. Is there anything that struck out to you?
That is an interesting picture of Brad. It's like ask Dear Ruthie or Dear Abby. I like it.
Yeah. He always looks like he's constipated in every picture, but
Yeah.
So he's a showrunner. He's a
he's a
producer.
showrunner.
Okay, well that's kind of cool that he would do little ask questions and answers for this magazine.
Yeah, and he does that every issue, so people ask things. I just have a few things that I like to mention. He says, after February sweeps, we'll get into episodes with a little bit more modular, and we're looking for a nice actor to join us for 3 episodes in February. Ooh, a nice actor. You know who that is? Billy Zane. And he's like, oh, and we're doing one more thing. We'll be doing our 150th episode in February, and we're absolutely trying to bring back someone special from the past. I don't know if we'll be able to pull it off, but it's certainly something in the works. So it's interesting to hear his thoughts before they got Julian McMahon for the 150th episode. He was doing Nip Tuck at the time, so they didn't think he would get him, but they did end up getting him. So somebody asked him about new powers for the girls, and it's interesting that he thought they might have ideas for new powers. I was like, oh. I was wondering. I'm curious to see what those would have been if they ever got through with those.
Mm-hmm.
And then they talked about how Dan, that Piper and Leo was always the ultimate hope, but they were open to the idea of Dan coming in if the chemistry was there. So if Holly and Greg Vaughn were more like fiery than Leo, he could have been cut, which is interesting to learn.
But luckily they weren't.
They weren't. And I thought it was also funny when someone asked about Constance, he kept it short as fuck. He's like, yeah, she's no longer on the show. That's all that's
Yeah, she left to do something else.
She's done.
Because, and I think because he's the one that got her rid of her. Brad Kern was such a nasty human being. He got rid of Constance. He got rid of Shannon. I hate him. Okay.
Fuck you, Brad. Okay, let's see.
Now we are in our Grimoire game. This is the quiz.
What is this, some kind of game?
Grimoire Games.
Some people think this is entertainment.
This is the quiz.
All right.
So James, since you are the
Yes.
guest, you can choose if you would like to play or dictate the quiz.
Is it multiple choice?
No.
Oh. Maybe I'll dictate it then because I have better luck with multiple choice. Let's see.
Okay. And because you're not as familiar with the show as either, so I feel like they could be tricky. So I guess it's me and Sean. So
All right.
Sean, are you...
All right, ladies.
All right, let's do this.
All right, girls, let's see if you can do this. Okay. Part 1, the essay. Easy. I thought it was essay. It's like, oh gosh, we'll be here for all night. Okay. Easy. Give yourself 1 point for each correct answer. Number 1. Number first. What was the name of Drew Fuller's character in Charmed? I'm gonna look at the hands up. Okay.
Chris. Oh, I don't know. Chris.
Hands up.
Barbarous.
Does it give you the answers or no?
It does in the bottom right.
Does.
Okay.
But I know I'm right.
You are right.
That
Okay.
was
It's
easy.
upside down too in small font. Okay, let's see. Second, which charmed one was married to Cole, aka Balthazar? This should be an easy one.
Phoebe.
Sean.
Phoebe.
Okay. Okay. So 2 points each so far. Okay. Number third. Thanks to the white lighter genes, which sister has the power to orb?
Paige.
These are easy questions.
Yeah.
I know these.
Yeah.
I could have taken this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before playing Prue, actress Shannon Doherty was best known for her role as Brenda Walsh in what TV show?
I don't know. 90210.
Rescue
You
Rangers.
did it?
I don't know. 90210. Honestly, it would have been harder if they asked her what her character's name was.
Yeah, that's
right.
where I thought it was going.
Number 5. In what year did Charm make its debut on U.S. television?
Ooh, Sean, I'll let you answer this one. See if you remember.
Is it 1997?
Oh, 1998. So close.
Damn it.
Oh, so close. That point just snatched away from your hands. Okay. Part 2. These are the hard ones. Okay. It says they're hard, so you better be prepared.
Okay.
Okay. Number first. Which charmed one replaces the former headmaster Gideon as headmistress in the School of Magic?
Even tell you headmistress. Oh yeah, I guess charmed one. Paige.
Let me go look in the comic book. I'll turn the page.
Yeah.
2. What's the name of the new character played by former Buffy and Angel actress Charisma Carpenter?
Ooh, Kira.
Sean?
Kira.
I love how she literally was just in the article, so like this is an open book test. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you studied?
Number 3. The Charmed theme song, How Soon Is Now, appeared on the soundtrack of which 1996 movie? Anyone?
Oh, that was The Craft.
And it was Practical Magic. I know because I just made that up right now. I'm lying. That was nothing but Stevie Nicks on that soundtrack. Okay, let's see. Okay. Although if you ask the internet, apparently Charmed ripped off everything from The Craft, although I don't really see how they believe that.
Ernie sent me the article and he asked me like, how true is this? I'm like, oh, let me tell you the tea. So Ernie got my response.
I'll look over it. Let's see. Number 4. In which episode did Piper and Leo finally tie the knot?
Ooh, do you remember, Sean?
Ooh.
Do you
Was
remember,
that?
Sean?
Ooh. Only because it's the only one I remember, but is it merry-go-round?
No, that's Phoebe. So you're looking
Damn
at
it, I
Just
knew it.
Harried. Just Harried, season 3,
Just
episode 15.
harried. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to come back from this, Sean. You're already 2 points in the hole. All right.
I know. I need
Let's
a spanking.
Number 5. Before she won the part of Piper, Holly Marie Combs originally auditioned to play which sister?
Ooh.
Didn't she audition for Prue?
It's
No.
Phoebe.
Or was it Phoebe?
Phoebe.
Fuck. It was Phoebe.
Oh, shoot. I don't know if I could see that. That'd be different. It'd be different.
Yeah. It
Let's
was
see.
actually because they brought her in for Phoebe, and then Shannon was like, both of them like, actually no, I think we want to play these sisters more. Let's audition for these sisters, and so they did, and they liked them better.
More interesting trivia I'd ask, because you guys would probably know this. Were there any other like notable actresses that were up for those parts that we would know? Or that
Not
got
really
close to
in
getting
the-
cast?
Yeah, I don't know about when it first began. I know when Rose McGowan, when they lost Shannon, I know a bunch of people for that. Like
Ooh, like
Jennifer
who?
Love Hewitt, Tiffany Amber Thiessen. Who else?
Really? Tiffany Amber Thiessen?
I know.
To play like the
And
younger
that-
sister?
that would have been such a diss because she's the one that replaced Shannon on N0210, so that would have been terrible if they got her again. Can you imagine?
I mean, that'd be kind of sickening, though. That would have been kind of sickening. Like,
Right?
it's a weird karmic thing.
The drama. I know.
Yeah.
But instead, they got the girl from Scream. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eliza Dushku was in the running. Yeah.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Although I feel like she would have been too edgy for them. Although Rose McGowan was pretty edgy.
That's
too.
what we said.
Mm-hmm.
When you really look at it, I guess like Rose McGowan's career was far dirtier than Elijah Dushku's ever was. So now I think about it.
True.
Let's see. Okay, number 3. This one doesn't give you if it's hard or not. It's up to you. It's up for interpretation. Guess the character. I give yourself 3 points if you can guess the character from each of these brief descriptions. Number 1. Before Leo and Piper, this whitelighter also fell in love with his witchy charge.
Oh,
Who is it?
Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I'll take your word for it. Okay, and 2. Leo's obsessive mentor and former head of the magic school.
Oh God. Gideon.
Gideon.
That guy.
Yep.
I'm tired of that guy.
Yeah, exactly. You're so right. That's correct. Let's see. Number 3. Piper had a brief fling with this hunky fireman.
Great.
Oh, that's yes.
What was the
Greg
name?
the fireman. Greg.
Greg.
Ah, okay. I needed a name. Thank you very much. It's like Jeopardy. All right. Number 4. A sexy half demon big bad who ended up sleeping with the enemy.
Well, he's only sexy when he's cold. When he's Balthazar,
Cold,
he's
right.
fucking ugly.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Not if
that
you
guy?
ask
Oh,
that.
Michael Bailey
I
Smith.
know, right?
If you ask this author, okay, come on now.
Yeah.
She must have got knocked back from Michael Bailey Smith or something because she's really holding a grudge for all of his characters. Let's see. Number 5. He came back from the future to protect his baby brother.
Chris.
Yeah,
That was a hard
Yeah.
question.
He was already an answer.
I know. Like,
Okay.
come on now.
know.
Lazy
Okay,
quiz.
quotes. It's time for quotes. Okay.
Okay.
Give yourself 4 points. Okay, memorable quotes. Give yourself 4 points if you know them. Number 1. Being with Piper breaks the rules, but being without Piper breaks my heart.
Leo.
Canonical.
No.
Canonical.
Canonical.
That is not the quote. That is not the quote. Okay.
Well, what is the quote?
It's from Love Hurts Leo, and he doesn't say Piper at all. He says, being with her broke the rules, but not being with her breaks my heart. He never says Piper, but I guess they have to give you context.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah. Canonical.
See, it's fine. This is fine. Okay. 2. Flying is awesome. It's the landing part that's a bitch.
Flying is awesome. It's the landing part that's a bitch.
Oh, is it
That-
Phoebe?
It's Phoebe, correct. Do you know which episode?
Okay.
Be
Merry
careful
go
what you
round.
wish for. No. Be careful what you wish for. Yeah.
Valhalla of
In
the
the past-
Dolls. Okay.
In the past, they would ask you which episode it was, but they're not asking for it, I guess. In this one.
Yeah, they're not really quizzing you that hard here. These are kind of like light questions.
Yeah.
I guess to a casual viewer, someone that has to watch it every week, they probably wouldn't know off the top of their brains like you would.
Yeah.
So,
True.
You do have the gift of hindsight.
And I'm freaks like Kevin.
3. I'm so impressed that you can make a protest statement and show cleavage, all at the same time. That's from the one where when Paige gets boobs, isn't it?
No, it's actually Prue says that in All Hallows Eve to Phoebe.
Oh.
She's dressed like Elvira.
Yes. I do remember this. Okay.
Yeah.
4. I don't want to be one of those old merry lepers that nobody thinks is fun anymore.
You've never been fun, Piper. I've always been fun, Prue. I am just Mrs. Fun now.
Okay, calm down.
Yeah, you're too much.
Jesus, okay.
Let's go over the whole scene. It's fine.
Yes. The way you corrected my reading on that. Okay.
That's from Pre-Witched. Yeah, that was Piper who said that. Yeah.
Okay, and number 5. You froze the crime scene? Is that how she said it?
That was Daryl.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
It's like Piper. You froze a crime scene. You cannot freeze a crime scene. Well, I did.
Well, okay. And let's see. This is a long quiz. Jesus
That's from
Christ.
Patreon
Okay,
Pass.
let's see. Let's see.
Oh, there's more?
Number
There's
5.
more.
No, there's one more part of like quizzes.
Okay.
Okay, there's more questions. Let's see. 1. In which episode did Detective Morris make his first appearance?
The first episode. Something Wicked This Week Comes.
So yeah, something wicked this week comes, right?
I'll take your word for it. Okay. 2. Dorian is the host of what long-running TV show?
Soul Train.
Soul Train, yeah.
3. What's the name of Daryl's wife?
Sheila.
Okay.
Mhm. Played by
4.
Sandra Prosper.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. 4. In which 6th season episode did Daryl find himself set up to take the fall for a murder he did not commit to protect the sisters from powers being revealed?
It's season 6, episode 19. Do you remember the name, Sean?
Crimes. Is it Crimes and Misdemeanors?
Yeah. Good.
Good. That's exactly what it says here. Okay. And the last question, and honestly, the most important question. What was the name of the Baywatch spin-off show that Dorian appeared in?
That's easy. It's Baywatch Nights.
Yeah.
How do you guys know that? Nobody watched that
I
show.
definitely didn't just look at the answer to that one.
No, because of Alison Pregler.
That one I actually
Alison
knew.
Pregler.
Yep.
Because Alison Pregler did rewatches of Baywatch Nights, and they always talk about Dorian Gregory on there. Yeah, she's great. We got to get her back to this season too. That'd be fun. Mutual friend here with James.
Yes.
That's it.
All
Yay!
Yay!
We did it, guys.
All right. So then I just have a P is for poll question for next week.
Another P, imagine that.
P is for poll. It's just of the top 4 villains in our top 10. Which one is your favorite? Shax, Barbara's, the Sauce, or Balthazar? I don't know. I'm gonna go with Barbara's.
I was going to say the same thing. I don't even know what they did, but their name is just fun for me to say. Barbara's.
Barbara's. I love it.
Say like Betty Davis. Barbara's. Barbara's, please.
So good.
I'm gonna go with Balthazar. He's iconic.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Balthazar.
See what the audience says next week. So next issue will be issue 4, and in there we have Which Way Now for Piper. The gorgeous Holly Marie Combs chats about the future. Black as Coal. Julian McMahon reflects on his bad boy alter ego. Magic Moments, a special 8-page tribute to the 150th episodes of Charmed. And we have Gildart Jackson again. I'm tired of him. He's everywhere. But he's going to be there next week. And then we reveal Charm's 10 most memorable spells, and stunt coordinator Noon Orsatti struts his stuff. So there we go. We did it!
Yes.
So James, oh my gosh, what have you been up to? Anything you want to promote? Where can we find you?
Oh, you can find me over on YouTube. I actually have 3 channels now. Of course, my main channel, James Mansfield, where we do wigs and we're doing reaction videos now, as well as James Mansfield 2, where we talk about media. I just started a rewatch of Buffy. And my newest channel, It's Just James, okay, where I'm 3D modeling dolls.
Yes. And you just gifted one. What was her name?
Yes, I just made one of Gwen Gooley. If you're a fan of
Yes.
MeTV's Sven Gooley, I gave that to Pinup Palmer, the girl that portrays her.
It was beautiful. That was super cool.
Thank you. I'd say, do you want a charm doll? That's $3. I don't know if I have that in me. Technically 4.
I got some over there.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're probably much better than anything I can create. Ooh, you got the house and everything too.
Yeah. A couple houses. So I know, crazy. Very excited. I'm excited to watch you. And yeah, you do your own kind of podcasting now too, which is really fun.
Yeah, me and Ernie have our own podcast called I Have Opinions Too.
Yay. All right. Sean, where can you find you?
You can find me on Bobris on any of the... No, you can find me on Shawnee Havoc on Instagram, on TikTok, on any of those. And you can find our other podcast, Solving for X, and X-Men House podcast, where we are talking about season 3 of X-Men Evolution. That thing.
Yay.
There were 3 seasons?
4.
There were 4.
Oh my God. Why don't I think there was like 2? Wait, did Wanda coming on like number 2?
Season 2, yeah.
Yeah, season 2.
Okay. And she was all goth and had short hair. She was fun. I like that. It was a fun portrayal.
Yeah. we should have you on that show next.
Honestly, I probably would know more.
Yeah. So cool. You can find this podcast at Words of the Witches, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Follow me at KGZ87. And we will see you next week, Spellworders, for the other one. Thank you again, James, for coming on and dolling yourself up for our video. It was really wonderful to have you again.
Oh, thank you, honey, and thank you, Sean. It's great to meet you both. Oh, I know you, Kevin, but it's great to meet you, Sean.
Great to meet you. Thank you. I was texting everybody as we were talking.
Sean is like a Drag Race super fan, so he's crazy about stuff. Yeah. So until next week, Spellworders, thanks for listening. Your destiny still awaits.
Big finish.